Hey girlies, it's Tammy, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I have a palette review for you guys. I've done 4 looks using this palette. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 2. So this is the blue type of themed one. And I was just gonna do my standard testing and like do 1 look with it, but I think there's just so many beautiful shades in here that I wanted to do more than 1 look. And also me myself, I've been watching tons of like 3 looks 1 palette type of video, and I've just been loving that vibe. So let me know if you want more like 3 looks or 2 looks per palette that I review. It does take a little bit more time, of course, because I do need like different days to do different looks unless I want to rub my eye raw. There are 3 in this collection. This is volume 2. I don't have volume 1, but I do have volume 3, so I'm going to be doing like a 2 or 3 looks with that palette as well. But I wanted to start with this one because you guys know color is like my thing, and this one is the most colorful in terms of blues, greens, yellows. Let me open it up. Yeah, so this one has like the blues, the greens, the yellows. Even though I'm wearing a pretty neutral look right now, this is like the most neutral look that I've done. The rest of them are like blue, pink, green, you know, all of that stuff. So it does retail for £68, which it is a lot of money, guys. I personally would never pay £68 for makeup, like no matter what it is, and I am a fan of eyeshadow palettes, but £68 to me is just like, it's a bit too much, because I'm not actually on Anastasia's PR list. These were sent to me though. They were sent to me through a PR team that handles Anastasia in the UK, but as for like Anastasia the brand, I'm not on their PR list, so I didn't know I was going to get these palettes at all. So I was like looking at the first one. This was before second and the third one dropped, and I was like, should I spend this £68 on this palette? But honestly guys, I have way too much makeup as it is, and just £68 is just too much. I thought maybe if it was 50, 55, I can kind of like justify it, but nearly 70 quid for an eyeshadow palette, I just couldn't do it. So yeah, that speaks to how much I'm willing to spend on a palette. But if you have £68 to spend, based on my looks that I've done using this palette, I did try use as many colors as I can. Sorry, that was my phone. I did try and use as many colors as I could, and I feel like I did get through like over half of the palette. So I have a good feel of the quality of the shadows, and they are definitely very pigmented. Most of the shadows in here are matte. There are 7 shimmers in here, and then the rest of them are mattes, and the quality of the mattes is so nice, so pigmented, very easy to blend. I really love the mattes in here. The shimmers, I feel like they could have done better in terms of the creaminess, the butteriness. I wish they were a bit more like, you know, like the Huda Beauty shimmers, but these are a little bit more like harder pressed in the pan, and they're not as like foiled in my opinion. They are kind of powdery shimmers. So would I recommend this palette? I definitely would in terms of quality, but as for price, that's obviously something for you and your bank to decide. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into swatches of the palette, and then I'm gonna jump into all 4 looks. So this is the last final look because the rest of them were pretty colorful. I wanted to finish off with a slightly neutral look. It is still kind of burgundy red, but if you wanted to, you could swap out the dark color that I used. So I used C5 on my outer V and in the crease, but if you wanted to go more neutral, you could use, what is this one, E4, which is more of a cool tone neutral brown. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. Okay guys, so this is what the palette looks like. I'm going to give you guys a close-up, and I really like the color story of this palette. I prefer bigger palettes so I can decide what I want to do with the look, rather than like small curated palettes and you kind of have to stick to the theme. I love that there's like greens and blues and purples and pinks, and I can kind of pick which look I want to do. So really love the color story, really love the pigmentation. So here's a few swatches, and we're going to jump into look number 1. Okay, so I'm taking the ABH eye primer. I am going to go ahead and use this primer for every look today. And I'm going to start with the shade C4 on the outer V. This is kind of like a dark, deep teal blue. And I'm just going to pat that and blend it onto the outer V. Then going into the shade B2, which is kind of like a purpley blue navy type of color. Blend that into the crease. And then going into the pinky shade, which is D3. And I'm just going to blend this towards the inner half of the crease. Then going into the shade B5, which is like a lighter blue. I'm using that to diffuse the deep dark teal that we put down. Then going back in with a dab of the deep dark teal, which was C4, to like intensify it and make sure it is nice and pigmented. Taking that ABH eye primer again, just making sure that the shimmer is going to pop. I just laid it down, not as a cut crease, but as a base. Then I went in with this shimmer, which is E2, and just dabbed that all over the lid. Going back in with C4 to blend it out. Then on the inner corner, I'm using C1, and this is the final look, guys. What do you think? I absolutely love this. I think the shimmer in this look is gorgeous, and the blue and the pink contrast really well. I did, of course, post this look on Instagram, and so many of you guys told me how much you loved it, and I absolutely love it too. I really like the glitteriness of the shimmer as well, but the pink and blue together is just gorgeous. So moving on to look number 2 now. Okay, so starting with the ABH eye primer again, I'm going to go into this gorgeous mint green, which is called E3. It's kind of like it's like a mint bluey green, and I'm going to go ahead and blend this onto the outer V. Nice deep dark color. Then I'm going into the shade A2, which is kind of like a lime yellowy green. Really nice unique color. I'm going to go ahead and blend out the green on the crease, but also carry it in towards the inner corner, and it kind of gives this yellowy effect. Going back into the deep dark color, the first one that I used, which was E3, blending that into the crease. Now for shimmer, I'm going into the shade A5, and it actually comes out a little bit more lighter than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more of a green shimmer, but it's definitely more like a blue shimmer. Then going into the shimmery version of that lime green, which is A3, popping that on the inner corner, and that is that look. Oh, and also doing my lower lash line with the same matte colors. Now moving on to the other eye. I'm going to start with the shade D5, which is this gorgeous deep dark navy blue, and I'm going to go ahead and pat that onto the outer V. You guys would know by now, I like to start with the deeper, darker colors and blend out that way. I'm also making this eye a halo eye, so I'm putting that onto the inner corner. Then I'm taking a smaller brush and diffusing that color out, blending it out, and it blends beautifully. Now going into a green shade. This is the shade B1. It's kind of like a light green basically, and I'm going to go also into the shade D4 to kind of brighten and lighten the outer edges and make it kind of more lime green, yellow, neon. Then I'm going to go back into the deep dark navy blue to just intensify that color on the inner and outer corner. Now for the shimmer on my lid, I'm going into the shade E2, which is kind of like a purpley silvery pinky shimmer, really unique color. I'm also placing that onto my inner corner. Now on my lower lash line, going in with the same blues and greens that I used in the crease, and this is the final look. Of course, the look would look better with mascara and some lashes and some eye definition, you know what I mean, liner on the waterline, but I feel like the eye looks are still gorgeous, and you guys can see the effect. Just imagine it with lashes. Okay guys, so here we have 2 more looks. I played with the greens and the kind of lime greens on this side, and then on this side I played with the blues and greens and a little bit of yellow as well. I love how they both look. I love how the mattes blend and how pigmented they are. I like how the shimmers look as well, but I do wish they were a little bit more foiled, a little bit more creamy for the price of the palette, but I'll get into that at the end of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off, which is why I haven't put mascara or lashes or anything like that. I'm gonna do one more look with this palette. I'm gonna try go for like a slightly neutral look compared to this, and then I'm gonna end this video. So starting with the ABH eye primer, again, this look is going to be the most neutral look that I've done. So I'm starting with this gorgeous deep dark burgundy shade, which is C5. And for the depth of the color, it's not that patchy. Like shades like this tend to go really, really patchy, but it blends out beautifully and it just diffuses into this gorgeous red color. Then I'm taking the orange in the palette, which is D2, and I'm just blending this deep dark color out. So basically I'm going back and forth with the 2 colors and deepening and darkening the eye look. I am having a little bit of trouble with focus in this video. My focus was just not trying to, you know, work with me, but we made it work anyway. So once you've built up the color, it goes so deep and dark, and I really, really love these 2 colors together. Then for the shimmer on the lid, I went into C1, which is this gorgeous goldy type of shade, and then I went back into the deep dark burgundy to blend it together. This eye look was the easiest eye look I've done, literally 3 colors, and it's just so gorgeous, so beautiful. This is my favorite one. Okay guys, so that is all 4 looks. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorials and found it helpful, and I hope it helped you to see how pigmented and beautiful the colors applied. Of course, the look that I did half and half, they would look better with mascara, eyeliner, you know, the finishing touches, but it is actually a pain to remove mascara and eyeliner and everything, and I wanted to do this look as well, so that's why I didn't apply that. But just imagine the look with lashes, mascara, all of that stuff. So please go ahead, give this video a thumbs up because it's taken forever to film, and I hope you guys subscribe to my channel because I will be reviewing volume 3 as well, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care, bye.